Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another Apex Legends video. My name's OGC if you guys are new around here, and in today's video we're going to be bringing you guys some of the best Season 10 console controller settings that will definitely put you guys on the path to absolutely beaming kids in your guys' game. So if that's what you guys are looking to do, then go ahead and continue watching this video all the way through. Quick caveat, I will say that these settings might not perfectly fit your guys' playstyle, depending if you guys are a little bit more aggressive or a little bit more passive than I am. So if you guys are, then go ahead and adjust those settings accordingly so you guys can have the perfect fit for you guys. Tweaks or not though, these settings will definitely give you guys the blueprint to absolutely wrecking kids in your guys' games. So I am going to need you guys to once again absolutely smash and obliterate that like goal, which I am setting at 50 likes this time around, because I know the last few like goals have been a little too easy for you guys, and I know you guys can do 50 in the blink of an eye. So if you guys are watching right now, go ahead and give that thumbs up a nice little slap real quick, and while you guys are down there, go ahead and comment down below why you guys are watching today's video. Is it to improve your accuracy? Is it to improve your movement? What is it? Whatever it is, go ahead and comment that down below so I can go ahead and have that conversation with you guys and interact with you guys. Real quick, one last announcement before I go ahead and let you guys go. This Sunday, August 22nd, we're going to be having the first ever live stream on the channel. I know a couple of you guys have been asking when I'm going to be going live, and I finally decided that time has come, and that is going to be on Sunday, like I said, 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, so make sure you guys get those time zone conversions right so you guys don't miss out on the fun. I'm planning to do a couple hours on the stream, so go ahead and check that out. If you guys have the notifications turned on for the channel, it should send you guys a notification to make sure you guys catch the beginning of the live stream. And if you guys can't catch the beginning, just go ahead and try to pop in whenever you can so we can have that fun live. But for now, we'll go ahead and jump into the settings. I'll meet you guys in the firing range. Alright, so now we're in the firing range, so we're going to be going into the actual settings part of the video. So we go first things first, gameplay settings. Interact problem style I have on compact. Default is fine, but for me it kind of takes up a lot of the screen, just to give me some basic amount of information. Like, I don't need that big of a pop-up to tell me that I'm going to pick up 20 heavy rounds. So I go ahead and switch by the compact, and it takes up a lot less of my screen. If you already know what most of the hop-ups are, what type of ammo and their corresponding colors are, you don't really need a huge prompt to pop up to tell you what it is. So if you have it on compact, it's nice and small, and it's not really in the way. I know it's a little bit like picky, but for me, if a huge pop-up pops up and then some guys or an enemy walks up and the pop-up is blocking my view from them and I die, I am not going to be a happy camper, so I go ahead and turn that to compact to make sure that doesn't happen. The next one is very, very important in my opinion, the crosshair damage feedback. I have it set to X just to show you guys real quick why I don't have it on usually. So when you use this, basically there's a little bit of a lag in between the X popping up to show that you are hitting your target and it disappearing from your screen, which might be problematic if you're shooting a automatic weapon and then you think you're hitting a shot but you're not. So go ahead and show what I'm talking about. You guys are going to see I'm going to go ahead and shoot this target, go off target, and you guys will see that the X is still there, the little indicator is still there. So some people might think that they're still hitting their shots when they're really not. So here we go. So just to not have that happen to me in game and have me think I'm hitting my shots when I'm not, and I can adjust accordingly without that misleading me, you're definitely going to be hitting more shots, be more accurate, because you're not being misled by the information that's showing up on the screen. So I definitely have that off, completely off. Damage numbers, I go for stacking just because once I finish shooting at the enemy, I want to know exactly how much damage I've dealt so I can go ahead and communicate that to my team and let them know exactly how much damage I did. That's why I have that on stacking. It's a personal preference just for me, but stacking is what I got used to and what I like best. Next one I have on, I recommend having it on if you break a lot of controllers like I do. This is my 6th controller. Auto sprint I have on. It actually makes it easier to move. For me, it allows me to be faster in the game, plus the added benefit of me not breaking my joysticks. So basically every time I move forward with my movement joystick, it automatically begins to sprint. So some of you guys might think, oh, well, how do you crouch around and not have that auto sprint kind of mess you up when you're trying to sneak up on someone or whatever? It doesn't do it while you're crouched, and if you do it kind of lightly, anyways, it's not gonna auto sprint. It only auto sprints when you kind of have it at full power, so you're kind of going all the way forward with the joystick. So there's no need to worry about not being able to sneak around and, you know, catching the enemies off guard. Incoming damage feedback I have on both. I want 2D and 3D. That way it gives me the most amount of information of where I'm getting shot at. If I'm getting shot from the right and I'm getting shot from above, that little indicator combined with the 2D indicator is going to let me know what general direction, you know, I'm getting shot at, which is definitely helpful when you're out there, you know, in actual lobbies, especially with third parties and whatnot. You really want to know where everyone's at before you make your move, you know. So moving on, the next one is taking damage, close death box or crafting hero. Turn this one off. I promise you guys are going to die a lot less if you guys turn this one off, and the reason because of that is armor swaps. A big part of the game is swapping armors in the middle of a fight. You guys might think, why would you ever swap a purple for a white? Well, if the purple's cracked, it's no use to you, so I'm gonna swap to a white that's in the box. But if I have this setting on, if someone's chasing me and they even land 1 HP of damage on me, it's gonna automatically close out the menu before I can make that armor swap, which might lead to you dying because you weren't able to make the armor swap as you were intending to. Just so I can, it makes me feel like I'm not in control of the game when I have it on. So I turned it off a long time ago. That way I can just stay in the menu. I'd rather take a little bit of hits to my health point and get a full armor swap than automatically have it close out of the menu when I'm trying to do those swaps. Also works for heals, obviously. Anything that you're trying to get out of a crafting menu or the death boxes, it's going to close out if you get shot at, so we don't want that, because there's a lot of clutch things that you can do when someone's chasing you and you try to hop into a death box or whatever, that you want to be able to do so you guys can, you know, stay alive long. Moving on, the juicy part of the video is going to be the controller settings. So real quick, I'll go ahead and put this on screen, my controller settings. You guys can go ahead and pause it and you know, screenshot whatever you're going to do. Try these out. I'll just go ahead and explain them real quick. I have jump on L1, so kind of like the bumper jumper setting, and then I have my crouch on R1. And the reason I have this is so I can have both thumbs on the joysticks while I'm making my moves, so I can kind of, you know, move a little bit in a more crafty way, I would say. So I can do a little bit more, you know, fun movements to evade bullets, evade enemies, while keeping, you know, everything kind of like where they should be, without removing my thumbs from the joysticks. Is really why I have it on L1 and R1 for the jump and then the crouch respectively. Moving on, I have the interact pickup reload button set to X. And the reason I have that is because when I'm shooting my weapon, let's see, I'll just unload this clip. I want to press X quickly. I want the button as close to the joystick as possible, so again, I don't have my thumbs off the sticks for an extended period of time. I want that time minimized. I want my thumbs on the joysticks as much as possible, which is why I have that on X. Dead zones I have off. I don't want any dead zones on these two bad boys right here, because I want to aim when I press the aim button and shoot when I press the shoot button. Dead zones are basically gonna have a little, obviously a dead zone, so when you're applying pressure to these, there's gonna be a certain amount that you need to press to activate the action that you're asking the controller to go ahead and play out on the game. So if you have no dead zone, it's gonna basically take the minimum amount of input for your action to be obviously take place in game. So if I have this off and you have, let's say, a larger dead zone, I'm gonna press my button, you're gonna press your button, and my game's gonna input the action faster than yours because I don't have that dead zone. So I'm gonna end up shooting probably first, unless you tap it for me. But you know what I'm saying? That little bit of advantage that you're gonna get out of it basically is why I have that off. Menu cursor speed, I have it maxed out. I have had my loot taken for by octanes, wraiths, all those little sweats, loot goblins, whatever you want to call them, too many times. So I actually up my menu cursor speed to maximum, and it basically, this cursor right here is the same cursor you use when you're in death boxes and whatnot to loot, and it basically allows me to loot very, very fast. And I suggest you guys do the same so you guys don't get your loot stolen by less than ideal teammates. Look sensitivity I have at 4. That's basically the sensitivity that you're going to be using when you don't have a gun out or a weapon out. And then ADS sensitivity I have at 3. Kind of slow things down when I'm aiming in, you know, so I can have a little bit more control of what I'm shooting at. I do have per optic settings. I have my iron 1 and 2 times set to 3, and then the rest is 4. I might experiment with making the higher end optics 5 maybe, just because a higher sensitivity is kind of better when you're zoomed in more, since everything is a little bit, you know, how would you say, it's very different than when they're close by. You have to actually lead them a little bit more than you would when they're close by, especially for like snipers and whatnot. So you kind of want to be a little bit faster with your movement, since you do have to give them that lead time for the bullets to land on your target. So that's why I have those per optic settings. Response curve, big one. I swapped to linear a couple months back. I was tired of not having raw input. I feel like there's a lag, there's a little ramp up that there is with all the other response curves that I didn't really like. Basically what that means is like I would have my joystick all the way like this, and the input on the screen would look like this and then go into maximum speed, which I didn't really like. So I swapped to linear raw input. Anything I do on this bad boy, unless I break it, is gonna come up on screen. So that's why I have that on linear. Movement dead zone small. It just goes to me. I break controllers, so joysticks sometimes have like a little small, you know, stick drift. So I have that on small to make sure none of that happens. Movement dead zone small. Inverted look off. Vibration, I have this off for just because I didn't like having to combat the vibrations that are coming out of my controller with having to compensate for the recoil of any weapon I was using. And also it was like a double vibration because your character flinches when you get shot at and get hit. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna remove that sensation. FOV I have maxed out. I'll go ahead and show you guys why I have it maxed out real quick. If I apply this, it's kind of more zoomed in. I only have these 3 targets on screen right now. I don't have the bot to my right on screen. And if that was a real enemy, I would probably be dead because I would not know he was there. He would get the jump on me and I would die. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the difference between 70 FOV, which is the default, I believe, and 110, which is maxed out. Kind of zooms out. Boom. You see? I see him and I see his buddy over there. That's how much more of your screen is being utilized when you have the larger FOV. You guys can see more of what's going on around you, your peripheries, which is, you know, your blind spots. You don't want to have any blind spots, or at least minimize the blind spots you do have. So I would definitely recommend playing on 110. If you guys think it's a little too much, for whatever reason, you can always down it, decrease the FOV, but definitely tinker with it, increase it from the default 70. The default 70, some people play on it, it works out for them, but for me, I'm gonna need as much information as I can to make sure I don't die, because I'd be doing some dumb stuff in game, and you guys know that. And that pretty much sums up my settings video here for you guys today. This is the first time I've ever made a video talking about what settings I use, and I know I've been on here for a while. I've always been tweaking with them, but I've been using and rocking these for the last couple of months. As I got used to them, they're just right for me, it feels like, at the moment. If I do change anything, like I said, I'll let you guys know. Maybe do an update video on just the settings that I changed and why I changed them, or just a little quick screenshot on some other socials to let you know that I switched it up a bit. But I do highly recommend that you guys go and try these out yourselves. Come back, comment down below how it worked out for you guys. And other than that, maybe you guys can give me some advice on some settings that you guys think are a little bit more advantageous than the ones I have already, and then go ahead and comment those down below. I might give them a try and then see what we can do with those. I'll go ahead and let you guys enjoy the rest of this game that's been playing in the background. Should be ending soon. And with that, I'll go ahead and catch you guys in a bit at the end of the video.
Box 1 HP.
Another rival.
Easy. I just got fucking headshot.
You are the Apex champions.
Hey, first game, first dub. Bruh, I'm dead ass on a 10-game win streak on Valorant.
Hey guys, me again. Thank you guys so much for making it to the end of today's video. If you guys have time on your hands, there's 2 videos on the screen for you guys to go ahead and watch right now. And don't forget to hit that like button and consider subscribing while you're at it. Peace.